Okay, I don't want to wear the pony suit. 'Cause it's stupid, that's why.
Hey, reviewer! Hey, reviewer, the doc needs our help with... Reviewer?
Oh, come on, man, don't be a douchebag.
Hey, wake up!
Oh, hey, leader, what's up?
Yeah, the doc needs our help downstairs with the gift. It needs to be ready by today, remember?
Right, okay. Why does it need to be ready by today?
Because today's Mr. It's birthday.
It's today?!
Man, some best friend you are.
Ah, shit, where is he?
Well, lucky for you, I took care of that. I gave him $20 and sent him downtown.
You gave someone like Mr. It money to go downtown Reno on his 21st birthday?
Yeah.
I don't know whether to call you a complete idiot or an amazing genius.
Well, come on, we gotta get to work.
Hey, reviewer, I need a quantum defibrillator, stat.
Defibrillator. This it?
No, not the quantum defibrillator, you idiot!
Okay.
Hey guys, Mr. It's back.
What? Damn it, he's back sooner than I anticipated. Doc, how much more time do you need?
I don't know, 20, 30 minutes tops?
Alright, I think I got a plan to stall him.
Me.
Hey! How was downtown?
Me.
Did you win anything?
Me.
What do you mean you owe a favor to the Russian mafia?
Me.
We've had this discussion. This is why you don't pop the bag! Of course you should have known that it was going to go downhill from there. At least tell me that you didn't present the sour milk. Nope. It's your birthday. I'm going to forgive you this time. Now, come on. I got something planned for you. Come on, man. Have a seat.
Me.
Oh, don't think of it as working on your birthday. Think of it as doing something you love.
Me.
Well, we're going to be reviewing the Nostalgia Critic review of your favorite movie.
Me.
That's right. The Nostalgia Critic review of Stephen King's It.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. And seeing how we are still in the month of Nostalgia-ween.
Well, that's pleasant.
I figure we would play a little game, simply known as the Stephen King Drinking Game.
Me.
Why would I want to stop you? It's legal for you to do this now. Drink away.
Good old Stephen King. His prose are great, but his stories are crap. He has wonderful setups, but disappointing payoffs. He creates some great characters, and fortunately you get to see them over and over and over again.
And that's why we love him so.
And one of the best ways to see his continuing patterns is to look at the ass-numbingly long TV miniseries, It. Based on the Stephen King book of the same name, It is another one of those films that loves to succumb to the melodramatic cliches that always seems to make it into every one of his stories.
Oh, good lord. The Critic and It are going to be wasted by the end of this thing.
First of all, take a shot if your Stephen King story takes place in Maine. Well, that didn't take long. Yeah, our story takes place in Maine, where everybody has a checkered past, bullies make up most of the population, and cheesy lightning effects reign supreme.
The sad part is if you've ever been to Maine, you'll find that it's completely true.
In this particular town, we come across a girl who sees a rather unusual sight. Tim Curry! And if that's not scary enough, it looks like he's coming from the Black Mass of Ronald McDonald.
Good lord, and I thought him as a transvestite was scary.
So the kid gets murdered as Mike, the only black man in Maine, notices that this is the 6th recent child killing. So he calls up his old childhood friends to let them know what's going on. He starts with Bill, who grew up into the back of a horse's ass.
What, you never seen that look? It's very common, right, Ed?
This is Mike Hanlon, Bill, from Derry.
This causes him to have a flashback, which I'm not going to have you drink to every time it happens, because if you did, you'd be dead in the first 12 minutes.
Ed, why'd you take a shot to that?
Me, 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 me,
You want to test your alcoholic abilities.
me, me.
All right, it's your liver.
Please, Bill, tell me a story.
Go bug somebody else, you little cootie. I don't feel so hot.
This is Bill as a young man, played by Jonathan Brandis. Piss off.
You know, it's too bad we don't see much of that elephant anymore.
He makes his brother Georgie a paper boat for him to sail outside. Thankfully, it's the sunniest rainy day in history, so he can go outside and enjoy it. That is, until the missing member of the Insane Clown Posse comes to join him.
Are you sure that he's a missing member?
There's cotton candy and rides and all sorts of surprises down here. And balloons, too.
Do they float?
Oh, yes. They float, Georgie. They float.
I'm getting surprisingly aroused the more I talk about how much they float.
Well, everyone has their own fetishes.
You float too!
So the kid gets eaten by a sloppy dissolve effect as his sad brother goes into his room feeling responsible. And it's fair to point out that this is actually a creepy scene here.
Something creepy in a horror story? Call the news!
Cut back to the present day as grown-up Bill decides it's time to go back to Maine.
Leave? Have you lost your mind? We're in the middle of making a movie.
They can replace me.
Yeah, if I saw Tim Curry in a clown suit, I'd probably leave production too.
If I saw Tim Curry on set, I'd leave production despite what he was wearing.
Oh, by the way, just to avoid future disappointment, let's take an early shot for a supernatural creature who's never given an explanation of exactly what it is or where exactly it came from.
Oh, that's good letdown.
Me, me, me.
Meanwhile, we cut to another childhood friend named Ben, played by John Ritter.
Would you believe I used to be fat?
I bet you were real cute.
No, not just fat, but a regular butterball. You bet your fern I was. We used to say that as kids. You bet your fern. But I was F-A-T.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, fat kids are hot. Tell me about your boy tits.
Okay, first the floating fetish, now chubby pedophilia. This movie is weird.
Hello?
Hey, Stank. It's me, Mike.
Dead fat boy.
Okay, these flashback transitions are getting a little silly.
Extreme close-up!
Dead fat boy.
It's a good thing this movie isn't in 3D, or else it'd be really scary.
It's come back.
Ritter says no to his hoe on the go as he sits atop a tall building and ponders his past about being the new kid.
Welcome to Derry.
Thank you, Miss Douglas.
Oink, oink.
What a porker.
Henry Bowers. You will stay for 1 hour after school every day this week. Now report to the principal's office.
You're dead fat boy.
That I'm going to allow. Threatening his life is okay, but calling him a porker is simply going too far.
Yeah, schools generally have a messed up idea of morality.
So Ben meets up with a girl named Beverly. They seem to hit it off pretty good, but the chorus from Grease has other ideas.
I want to make sure you remember my name.
I'll remember, Henry. I'll remember.
How am I going to make sure?
Oh, I almost forgot. Take a shot for the one-dimensional bullies that have no development or redeemable qualities whatsoever. Silly me. I thought I came across one that had some form of humanity. Now,
This is why you don't start a drinking game like this.
so he loses the bullies as he comes across the kids from Stand By Me, I mean his classroom. And of course they become very good friends. But that doesn't help smooth things over with his stepfamily.
Hey, Mom, listen to this. Betty's in love. Give this back. Oh, Mom, my stop that! Benjamin, parents can stop that immediately, you young ruffian. I hate you. You're only here because Mom says it's our Christian duty.
Hey, take a shot for a heavy-handed slap against conservative fundamentalists.
Nope.
What? That doesn't count? Well, surely there's gotta be some overblown wine fest against Christianity.
I'll have to read another one of your stories to see that religion is evil.
It's okay, you'll get a chance to drink more.
And comes across some sort of sewer entrance where the evil clown is waiting for him.
Come here, son. You'll like it down there.
You'll never have to grow up.
Daddy?
Yes, my dear. Would I lie?
They float. They all float.
So the clown doesn't really hurt him or anything. He just sort of points at him and calls him fat. What a jerk.
Okay, killing children is one thing, but being a jerk, that's just inexcusable.
But we cut to yet another childhood friend who gets a call. Beverly, who's hitting the sack with a coworker in the 90s who's so successful that his mullet is almost reaching his knees.
Because mullets are a sign of success?
I've got to go to Maine. That was Mike Hanlon on the phone. You remember the call at work today? He's an old dear friend. I have to...
Oh yeah, I forgot. Everybody in a Stephen King story is a jackass except for the insecure poet and or loser. I think that calls for another shot. Why are you all spinning?
Okay, I think you've had one too many drinks.
Me.
So have you.
You get into bed.
No.
Then maybe you can leave this house in 2 days instead of 2 weeks.
Not ever again!
Bev, you need me. Bev!
Nice emoting there, guy.
Bev!
Bev! It's a Stephen King miniseries! Yay!
Luckily, a cab comes to take her to our next flashback, where we see that Ben has left a poem for her.
What you got there?
Nothing.
Let me see that. You've been fooling around with some boy? Sometimes I worry a lot.
Daddy, please.
Sheesh, no matter what scene this chick is in, she's always getting a slap in the face.
What I find funny about this is that guy follows up with, I worry about you a lot, with a slap to the face.
You get right the hell back here, Bevy! Or before God, I'll whip the skin off of you!
Oh, of course! Rednecks! Can't forget about the rednecks. That calls for a shot.
I don't even know.
Me.
You see, it's just as drunk and he doesn't understand it.
So the gang gets together and starts making a dam. Why? Because it's fucking Maine, and by God, that's as exciting as it gets. Hell, there's even some famous jerk-off writers who write about it. That's how exciting it is up there.
Well, what do you expect when you're that close to Canada?
So we see Bev and her father back at home when alcoholic! They're always in Stephen King stories, alcoholic!
Am I the only one who sees the irony in that?
So she goes to the bathroom sink where the clown snot bubble clogs up her drain and gets blood all over the place. Just like before, the grown-ups don't see it.
Get to bed.
Bloody boogers.
You may laugh at that, but the idea of bloody boogers just makes me gag.
Anyway, cut to the next childhood friend getting a call, which appears to be Andy Dick searching for his happy pills.
Where are you going?
I've got to go back to Derry.
Derry? Why would you want to go back to that dirty little town? There's nothing for you there. There never was, Eddie.
Why is it these people have a talent for surrounding themselves with the craziest fucking nutballs?
Hey, how do you think I feel? Well, my friends aren't either a giant hairball, a puppet, or a mad scientist. They're forcing me to do crossover reviews with them. You're still my best friend.
Insert, here's a big surprise, another flashback. So we find out that Eddie was the kid with the inhaler, as we see that his mother had a tight grip on him even back then.
See you tomorrow, Eddie.
Eddie has to rest tomorrow. I don't want you to play with him anymore. No good will come of it.
But, Ma, they're my friends.
You don't need any friends, Eddie, except for your own ma.
Think that's bad, you should see his brother.
Any mother that overbearing probably has it coming.
Speaking of shower scenes, Eddie gets a doozy from the clown as he walks in the shower room and finds out that the showers in the gym are stretching out. Yeah, that's about it. Kid can leave whenever he wants, but doesn't, so it's kind of stupid.
He's probably trying to comprehend what the fuck's going on.
This is a little inconvenient, Eddie. Just hold on while I make a few adjustments.
Oh no! He's being attacked by the California Raisins! Come on! That stop motion was horrible!
Hey, at least it was better than Rankin Bass.
So we cut to the Seth Green kid all grown up when... Oh, hold on. Let me guess.
The phone rings and our flashback happens.
Mike Hanlon from Derry.
Like clockwork.
We see Seth Green chased by the bullies again, big shock, and runs into the principal. So he's ordered to go downstairs and come back up with a mop. Come.
Okay, I honestly wouldn't know because I've never been drunk, but does alcohol really make you that stupid? I'm not even going to translate that.
But he's afraid because he's suddenly attacked by Teen Wolf. Wait, let me guess again. He turns into a killer clown, talks about his floating fetish, shows off his sharp teeth, and then does nothing. Why doesn't he just eat these fucking kids? He's eating like half the other kids in the neighborhood.
Maybe he's full.
Alright, so you heard everybody else's backstory. Where the hell is this Mike guy who's making all these calls fit in? Well, guess what? The answer will be revealed in... another fucking flashback!
Man, he must have hated Man of Steel.
It turns out Mike was the new kid on the block when, of course, he's attacked by the bullies. Are these the only fucking bullies in the town? Come on, kids, give the skinheads across the street a chance.
They would, but they probably killed them.
They chase him over a fence as apparently they're immune to barbed wire as he comes across the usual gang of rejects. So they throw rocks to defend themselves as they discover that bullies apparently aren't immune to pain.
That is a revelation that I could have used in middle school.
They talk about how they've all seen the killer clown and discover that he might have been around for as long as 200 years. This literally gets the picture going as Mike's book comes to life just to make the kids piss their pants again.
I'll kill you all. I'll drive you crazy and I'll kill you all.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but first you gotta throw them.
I'm gonna guess that meant somewhere along the lines of idle threats.
So they vow to destroy the clown as Mike, back in the present, plans to make one more call. Balloon!
Cat!
So Mike makes his last call to Stan, resulting in, oh, blow me if you don't know.
Courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
They find out that Bev is really good with the slingshot, so she's the perfect candidate to shoot Silver into the monster. Friggin' Silver!
Mother's earrings, baby. Solid silver.
That's just stuff in movies.
Yeah, that's just stuff in the movies. This is a killer clown that can turn himself into a werewolf. You know, real life.
Don't tell him. He might crack.
So they go into the sewer where they think the clown is. As it turns out, the bullies are there waiting.
Where are they going?
Down in the sewer, stupid.
Yeah. And guess what? They're not coming back out.
Did you get that, audience? Okay, here we go.
You know, you gotta kind of wonder why he was talking to the camera.
So they go into the sewer to try and fight the monster. This is really suspenseful because I have no idea which characters are going to make it out alive except for all of them.
I think this is why most people have a problem with prequel stories.
Now, before you die, I want you to think about every rock you threw.
Stop! The one-dimensional villain sees murder as the only option.
That's in every Stephen King story. I said it called murder shot.
You know, I kind of figured that bottle would be empty by now.
Okay, so this bright flashing light that's supposed to be the clown, I guess, comes in and kills two of the bully boys. Well, wait, you forgot to scare them for 2 months and brag about how things float. Oh well. One kid gets sucked through a pipe like Super Mario Brothers, and the other kid just turns into Billy Idol. Why doesn't he just kill that kid? Because he is a very stupid clown.
Aren't they all?
Meanwhile, the kids hold hands because that apparently weakens the monster's power. It's like a Care Bear special, I guess.
Yeah, but to be fair, it'd be even more stupid if that's all it took just to defeat him.
Tim Curry pops up and finally tries to kill one of these brats.
This is battery acid, you slime!
Yeah. This is what you were afraid of the whole time, guys. An acrobatic stop-motion clown with a flashlight coming out his head. I'm drunk, and even I'm not afraid of that.
I feel like you're not afraid of it because you're drunk.
So they think they killed it and make a promise that if he's not dead, they'll come back to finish the job. Well, as years later, the clown is back and we find Stan is just a filthy cheater. Oh no, she dropped her can of beer. Isn't that the drink that the movie Steel made famous?
What, the container can't label what exactly is inside it?
Oh gee, that was nice of him, to leave the world's briefest suicide note. Did he really feel that would explain everything? Oh wait, before I go, I should probably explain the situation. And they can figure out the rest from there.
Actually, it depends on who does it. I mean, if I did that, Mr. Ray would probably be thrown in jail 3 days later. You okay?
So Mike and Bill reunite as Bill sees just how much has changed and how much has not changed.
Yours? Hey, I'm a bachelor, Bill. That's all I need.
Apparently running around talking about killer clowns scares the ladies off.
So that's what I'm doing wrong.
Meanwhile, Richie, the Seth Green kid, gets a different kind of welcome.
Come on up, Richie. Try
It's those wonderful balloons where even though no one can see or feel them, it still makes people somehow flinch.
If you see... Excuse me, sir. Do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well, you better let the poor guy out.
Maybe it's because I'm drunk or something, but, Tim Curry's a riot. Were people really scared by this guy? He's hilarious. I don't even think his scene is supposed to be this long. I think he just decided to stay on set and annoy everybody.
If that turned out to be true, would you really be surprised?
Both Eddie and Beth have similar incidents where the clown pops up and scares them. But again, why doesn't he just kill them? Boy, they're really banking on balloons being scary, aren't they? Do they really think that's gonna threaten people? If that's the case, maybe this movie was a stalker film.
You mean it wasn't?
Then back to the library where they tried to figure out what the heck's keeping Stan so long.
You tell that loser that if he hasn't left already, he's a dead man. We all managed to show up. I have never felt so much love in one room in my entire life. It's great to be back in Derry, breathing in that old Derry air.
Let me continue to be incredibly inappropriate as we build up to the obvious dramatic payoff in 3, 2, 1.
Stan is dead.
Oh no, we were assholes!
Well, according to this movie, that's just the rest of the world, so don't beat yourselves up too much about it.
Well, let's mourn his loss within our flashback.
He said he didn't mean to go into that house, but this voice kept whispering to him.
Okay, I must really be gone because that looks like a mummy. Seriously? We're using mummies now? This isn't a Stephen King movie, it's an Abbott and Costello knockoff.
There's a difference?
He was trapped. The only thing he could think of to do was to hold his bird book out in front of him like a shield and say as loud as he could the names of all the birds he could remember.
Speckled grouse, Baltimore Oriole, gray egret, hammerhead, woodpecker, brown thrush.
Oh, well, and it worked? What the hell? What sense does that make? What, are mummies just allergic to the sound of birds' names? European swallow!
Oh, come on! That would never actually work. Now, if you said African swallow, then you got something.
I hadn't thought of it until just now, I swear. He said, I looked into its deadlights, and I wanted to be there.
Deadlights.
Okay, what is up with these stupid sound effects whenever there's a flashback? I mean, will any sound effects do? I looked into his deadlights. You looked into his deadlights? I looked into his deadlights.
It?
I sure I've got something here. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Oh my god, more balloons! More balloons! Hide your family! Get down, balloons! Ah! Seriously, will you knock it off? There's balloons everywhere in this picture. They're not frightening. I mean, come on! When is a balloon ever gonna look intimidating?
Come come on, even then balloons aren't that scary. I mean...
Hey, it's your birthday. You want to do it?
Me.
Thank you.
Scariest fuck balloons come out as they see Stan's head is inside. This would be somewhat scary until...
Sorry I'm late. Well, let's see who's here. Richie, you still here? We never expected you to stick around. Nice nose job. No one would ever suspect. Haystack, putting on a little weight, huh? Wheezy, how's your sex life? What's your sex life?
This is turning into a stand-up routine at Jeffrey Dahmer's house.
We all float down here, and you will too. They all float!
So I guess they don't find the talking head that funny, and they get the hell out of there.
Okay, think about it like this. A disembodied head starts talking to you. You're not exactly going to be laughing at it.
Meanwhile, we see the bully escape from the mental hospital by...
It's supposed to be scary? No, it's not. It's supposed to be funny. It's a dog dressed up as a clown in slow motion. Huh? That was really supposed to be scary? Well, it's not. It's not.
I think what's supposed to be scary is the fact that a Rottweiler is tearing that guy to bits.
So after that... Okay. They figure out that the clown attacks, or feeds, if you will, on people every 30 years. Oh, and apparently the whole entire town is in on it too. How do they know that? Get this. Because when Bev was a girl getting beat up once, an old man went back inside. Yeah. Because that one dick cheese didn't help her, that apparently means the whole town is crazy.
Well, I mean, they are, but that's still not a good indicator.
Well, anyway, Matlock attacks Mike, but they manage to fight him off and kill him. They bring Mike to a hospital as Bev starts to analyze the situation.
Why is it doing this? Why does it hate? Why is it so mean?
You would think that a psychotic killing clown would be a little nicer.
I think what she's asking is, why is it a psychotic killer?
How could I be so blind?
If you see it now, you're not blind anymore, Bev.
Boy, this chick really gets around, doesn't she? I mean, I think she's literally felt up every single person in this group. I can see why they hung out with her. She's easier to get into than an art college.
Hey! As an art student, I take offense to that!
Be careful. You can't trust anyone.
If anybody asks, party got out of hand, dancing on the table, you took a fall.
Anyone who's seen me dance will buy that.
Well, that's great. And how are you gonna explain the dead escaped mental patient? You're not seriously suggesting you walk out of here and leave him lying there.
You're not seriously suggesting we walk out of here and leave it lying there.
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting.
Why don't you call the police?
Filmbring, you want to take it?
If we don't hear sirens, they don't exist.
So they all decide to go back into the sewer and kill this thing once and for all. So what kind of weapons are they bringing, you think?
I don't suppose anybody thought to bring anything really useful like a machine gun.
I brought this. It's the only thing I saved from those days.
Oh, that's great. They're bringing a slingshot. They can either bring a machine gun or a slingshot. Rambo or Dennis the Menace.
You're going down, Mr. Wilson. Pew, pew, pew.
Hey, it worked then. Why shouldn't it work now?
So they make their way down to the retired Star Trek set where Bill's wife happens to be trapped in the cave. Yeah, apparently she was heading to Maine to bring her husband back and the clown got her. Which is pointless, seeing how he can take on any form, but I digress. As they get to the heart of the sewer, they finally see the monster for what he really is. What? 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 We waited 3 fucking hours for that! You can't be serious! You can't be serious! If I heard that a movie called It was just building up to a big silly monster, I think this would have been a better payoff! I mean, seriously? Seriously? My God. So you're telling me this whole fucking time we were building up to Spiders! A giant legion of spiders!
To be fair, if you found a giant spider, you probably wouldn't react so calmly.
So yeah, they're fighting a giant spider, an unbelievably fake-looking one too. They all start to get sucked into its deadlights until Eddie has an idea.
This is battery acid. Now you disappear.
Well, that was a stupid idea, guy. Maybe that machine gun theory would have worked after all.
To be fair, it worked before.
So Eddie gets killed, but luckily Bev shoots it in the glowing ball sack that seems to kill it. Oh wait, no, sorry, they tip it over like a cow first and then they rip its heart out. Truly, this was a battle of wits.
Hey, sometimes brute force is the solution.
They'll go back home to their normal selves, except for Bill's wife, who seems to be in a zombie-like state because of the giant spider. But somehow riding downhill on a bike seems to make her better. So yeah, the character that had like 2 scenes, a few lines of dialogue, and barely any presence, she's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Wasn't that important?
Overall, this review was really great. It was really fun to see the Nostalgia Critic drunk, and quite frankly, I want to see it again.
I'm a reviewer. You're good, I review you. Oh, hey, you finally came around. You got drunk off the Stephen King drinking game. Oh, by the way, we got a little something for you. It's a subtitle generator. Yeah, the doc helped me and Leader whip this up for you. All we have to do is put it under your hair right there, and voila! Now whatever you say will be generated as subtitles. Yes, anything. Oh yeah, that was my idea. You see, I told him to censor your more colorful imagination. Hey, don't blame me. Well, Lord knows things are going to be a lot easier with the show. Happy birthday, man.